Hey Vegas, welcome back to Vegas Realty Check. On today's show, we're diving into historic Las Vegas real estate. We're going to be talking about the historic Scotch 80s neighborhood here in Vegas and the La Palazza Mansion, known for some eerie ghost stories, chilling past that captured national attention. So stay tuned for our show, as well as our market numbers and everything we talk about every week. Welcome back. Let's talk and dive into our latest market numbers for the week. I want to welcome our guest on the show today, Mia Wolfe. Thank you, Mia.
Thank you.
If you've been following Vegas Realty Check for quite a while, Mia's been on the show several times and one of my dearest friends. So thank you so much for being here.
Yes, you're welcome, and congratulations on the Hall of Fame.
Yes, this last week I was inducted into the Hall of Fame for top 25 women in real estate, which was super exciting.
I'm so happy for you.
Thank you. Inventory we hit over 6,000 in single family homes on the market.
Wow.
Yeah, it was only up 99 from the week before, but this week we hit 6,052. So for a spring market to hit those numbers in inventory, that's not looking so good for real estate.
A lot of options. Good for buyers.
Good for
lots
buyers.
Of options out there. Right?
Yeah, lots of options out there. Condos and townhouses, those were up about 88, 23, 86. So over the last month, I would say that we've been getting about close to 100 more every week, week over week.
Wow.
So inventory definitely is climbing, which is definitely a sign of a weakening market. New listings. Now, one of the things that I always look at when I'm looking at like market conditions is under contracts versus new listings. Mm-hmm. So in a really strong market, we see those under contracts more or even consistent with the new listings.
Right.
And right now, that's not the case. New listings were at 1172, and under contracts only 851. So we're starting to see a little bit of slowdown happening there.
Yeah, I definitely can feel it. I mean, buyers really are kind of have a hand up right now, negotiating offers, asking for closing costs, stuff like that. So we can feel it.
Yeah, it's the time to get a deal. It's markets like this where you can get the best deals.
I've done contingencies like all for the past 2 months, which are stressful, but it's great if you are in that position. You need to sell your house and able to buy one, and we can do it now.
Yeah, and then the sellers just have to understand you've got to get motivated. You got to get with what's going on. Those price adjustments are very important in this type of market.
For sure.
And over the last week, we've seen 1,188 price adjustments in a 7-day period. That's pretty substantial.
Yeah, that is. That's a lot. They're getting with the program.
They're getting with the program. Yes, hopefully. Now our solds numbers are doing very well. They're 80 more than the previous week, so 794 sold.
Wow.
That's a strong number. That's a good number for sold, but this inventory raising, it's been raising over the last month, and those solds are probably escrows from 30 days ago.
Right.
So I think that it's going to be probably until the next month when we're going to see the reflection of the solds that are in there.
I know it's definitely delayed for especially viewers too, because usually the numbers they hear are old, and it's like when you're in the market like we are, like we feel it within the weeks, we can feel it within the days and the weeks. And when you get your numbers, they're 30 days behind. So
yeah, our listings are the biggest pulse on the market, because when we have a listing and there's no one coming out to look at it, it's like, what's going on? What's going on with the market?
And it could be crickets for a week, and then the next week, super busy.
It's been like that, I think, for the last 2 years, right? Where we're just in this, 1 week it's busy, 1 week it's not. People are so tuned into the news right now. It's like the slightest thing happens in the news and the real estate market reacts.
That fast, too.
That fast.
Good or bad.
Good or bad. It doesn't matter. It is so, we're in just this, it's the instant gratification era, but also instant reaction era.
It's like a bipolar market.
It is. I say that all the time. When people are asking me, how's the market? I'm like, it's pretty bipolar
it's like
right
the weather.
now. It is. I've heard other states are not doing well either, that their markets are slowing down pretty rapidly. But, you know, in Vegas, definitely we have a lot to offer here. So we're holding a bit stronger than everybody else is.
For sure. So many things to attract buyers here. You know, we're always going to pretty much be right up there with our numbers, but we can definitely feel it when it slows down and speeds up, for sure.
Absolutely, absolutely. So up next on this historic Vegas episode that we have today, what they found in the basement still is a raises questions today. So we're going to get into a very eerie story about a well-known home in Las Vegas. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Hey Vegas! Celebrate every day in style at the Composer's Room. From live music to comedy shows, we've got entertainment that'll give you that Las Vegas vibe. Our tavern serves the best drinks in Vegas. Whether you're a cocktail connoisseur or a beer buff, our bartenders got you covered. And let's not forget about the food. Our culinary delights are sure to tantalize your taste buds. Come for the entertainment and stay for the food. Reserve your visit to the Composer's Room today and start celebrating Las Vegas our way.
Looking for a night out that's pure Vegas? Welcome to Jimmy Kimmel's Comedy Club, voted best comedy club in Las Vegas. Located at the Link Promenade, just steps from the High Roller, it's your ticket to big laughs from top comics handpicked by Jimmy Kimmel himself. No two shows are alike. Every night's a headliner, and every seat's a great one. Get your laughs at the best. Jimmy Kimmel's Comedy Club, only in Vegas, only at the Link.
Vegas! Celebrate every day in style at the Composer's Room. From live music to comedy shows, we've got entertainment that'll give you that Las Vegas vibe. Our tavern serves the best drinks in Vegas. Whether you're a cocktail connoisseur or a beer buff, our bartenders got you covered. And let's not forget about the food. Our culinary delights are sure to tantalize your taste buds. Come for the entertainment and stay for the food. Reserve your visit to the Composer's Room today and start celebrating Las Vegas our way.
Welcome back. So when we started the segment, Historic Vegas Real Estate, and I was just thinking about one of the most historic neighborhoods in Las Vegas, and Scotch Eighties came to mind.
Yeah.
So Scotch Eighties neighborhood is over by UMC and like Charleston, Shadow Lane area. Have you seen real estate in that in Scotch
have.
80s?
It's real nostalgic. It's kind of like a retro neighborhood. I love it.
Retro neighborhood, older, bigger lots, definitely bigger lots. It was founded actually in 1911 from Scottish investors, which is why it's called Scotch 80s. I don't know where the 80s came from the name, but who knows? It was master planned, so it became a planned community in the 50s.
Wow, so probably one of the first.
Yeah, one
HOAs.
One of the first HOAs in Las Vegas. And the funny thing about this is, the last time we did a historic Vegas episode, I talked about the mobster from the Casino movie, Frank Rothstein, and I'm sorry, Frank Rosenthal. Sam Rothstein was the character, and I wasn't trying to stay on tune with that. With this episode, it was just like, hey, let's go into Scotch 80s and find out some cool stuff about that neighborhood. And well, you can't do Vegas history without just leading back to the mob.
Right.
And coincidentally, we are actually going to be talking about a home that was allegedly owned by Tony the Ant Spilatro, who also in that Casino movie played, he was Joe Pesci's character.
Okay.
So he played Nicky, I can't even remember the name of it, but he was the character that Joe Pesci played in the movie. So he was like a kind of a mob hitman, crazy, like off the rocker guy. So during the mid-20th century, there was a lot of mob influence in this Scotch 80s neighborhood. Not just mob influence, though. Celebrities. Bugsy Siegel, he was a mobster.
They were kind of like celebrities back then, too.
Yeah. Jerry Lewis had lived there. Wow. Dean Martin had lived there. Frank Sinatra, Howard Hughes, Prince. And in most recent times, back in 2014, Holly Madison had a home there.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah. So the Barbie home, or it looked like a Barbie home. It was lots of pink going on there. So the house that we're going to be talking about today is, they call it, it's the La Palazza Mansion, and it's nicknamed Hell House.
Oh, gosh.
For a reason. So let's get into that. The address of the house is 1700 Banney Avenue, and it's the mansion is rumored to have been the location for executions. And the notes on it, you know, we talked a little bit about this. There were during a remodel, they found like hidden drains in the house that were said to have been put there to drain the blood and wash away the evidence
like
from
a kill room.
Yeah, a kill room, an actual kill room. The home also had there's a lot of reports of like paranormal activity in the home. One of my favorites is a woman that is said to be seen around the home that they think is the ghost of either Tony Spilatro's wife or his bookkeeper, which I don't know how the bookkeeper got in the mix there.
Sure.
But it's a woman wearing oversized glasses, and I'm like, that's my kind of girl, because I we tend to wear oversized
Gucci.
Yeah,
Vintage Gucci ones.
Yeah, so she walks around in a robe and oversized glasses. Wow. It's also visitors that have, so there's accounts from both visitors and people that have visited the home over the years. It's had quite a big turnover as far as owners of the home. It's, sometimes there was one that we'll talk about that owned it for less than a year and sold it like dirt cheap because they just wanted out.
Scared.
Yeah, which is terrifying. So there's been sightings of a woman in oversized sunglasses. There's been reports of people feeling like they were being choked while being in the house. There's the main bedroom of the house. Some people have said that they've walked out of it with unexplained bruises or scratches.
Gosh.
And so what are your thoughts so far?
I do not know. Nothing surprises me. And I would say that all of those things probably did happen in that house. I don't know. I don't like scary stuff, but I'm telling you, I've showed some houses that were pretty creepy. Have you?
Yes.
I mean,
oh yeah.
Where like one time, like the door slammed and the key was gone out of the door. I mean, I've had some creepy experiences with people and houses.
Yeah, no, definitely. There's been houses I walked in and I'm just like,
you can feel a vibe. You can feel like creepiness in a house sometimes.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and this house sounds like it's just filled with creepy everywhere. There's unexplained rotten odors that arise in the house every now and then. Also, there was a time when a contractor was hired to do a remodel, stopped mid-job because he said that an apparition appeared to him while he was in the house and told him the house was built on evil and to get out.
Oh my God.
So he took their word and got out. He was like, nope, I am not finishing this job. I'm not doing it. I want nothing to do with this.
That would be a nightmare to try to sell.
I know, right? Yeah. There's also the history, well, the furniture for one. They said the furniture sometimes in the home will move positions.
I wonder if surely it's not original.
Well, I'm just, hard to decorate a home like that when your furniture's constantly moving. So that's got to be troublesome.
Right.
And the sales history. So obviously, as realtors, we can find anything on the MLS, right? If there's any time you want to know something about a home, you just can go into the MLS, you can look up the history. It's all, a lot of stuff is public record.
Yeah, you can see who owned it.
Who everything. interestingly enough, but not unordinary, Tony Spilatro's name was never on the deed of this home.
But the bookkeeper's name.
I tried to research the person whose name was on the deed, and I found nothing on them, which was odd.
That's weird too.
Yeah, and maybe it wasn't a person. I mean, we're talking about like, you know, the 70s.
Disappeared.
Yeah, or they disappeared. So his name was never on the deed, but that was not uncommon for, you know, people that were in this organized
they couldn't
crime
have anything in their names.
industry. Yeah, so you know, because things would get confiscated when they got caught, and so that's not out of the ordinary. So that was not there. It is a 4,815 square foot home. It had it was a single story, absolutely beautiful. Actually, has a big porte-cochere in the front where you can drive under.
Yeah, they're fancy.
Very fancy, very fancy. 4-car garage, pool spot, outdoor barbecue, RV parking. RV parking is very sought after here in Vegas.
It really is.
0.68 acres, so almost, I mean, very close to a full acre. And its sales history in 2009, June of 2009, it sold for only $340,000. Now, that was around the time of the crash.
Yeah.
It was bank owned. It was a bank owned sale at that time, so it was a foreclosure. But the best part of it was the person that bought it in 2009. So the person that bought the home in 2009 owned it for a little bit under a year, and they had listed it. They listed it actually in, or I'm sorry, the report said they lived in it a little under a year. So they owned it for a couple years because we were in a market crash during that time. So homes were a little tough to sell.
Yeah.
It was originally listed at $99,000. So they bought it at $340,000 and relisted it at $99,000 in 2013, and it sold for $300,000. But the notes on the MLS, the MLS notes,
So it was the agent remarks.
It was the agent remarks on the MLS. So it said, no phone calls, no inquiries. Be aware, this house is in litigation due to its hauntedness.
That was the agent remarks.
That was the agent remarks on the home. Listed at $99,000. Some people obviously did not care if it was haunted or not. They said, we're throwing in an offer. It ended up selling at $300,000, which, I mean, for a 4,815 square foot house, that's a pretty good.
Say for $300,000, I mean, and you don't mind it's haunted, you got a pretty good deal there.
I mean, yeah, you just got to make friends with the ghost.
And the agent remarks are remarks on the MLS that only we can see. So if I'm showing you a house, like, we'll peek at the agent remarks and it might say, like, hey, there's a dog in the backyard, or don't mind the neighbors, something like that.
Some showing instructions.
They're like giving us like critical information that we need to know. So that one that says that is classic. That's great.
The hauntedness of the home.
The hauntedness of the home.
So those people that bought it obviously disclosed for $300,000 with the disclosure that it was haunted. They held onto it for only a year, but they did remodel. And those are the ones that found the special drains and that were hidden underneath the alleged kill room.
Yeah.
So they resold it for $812,000 in 2014. Wow. So what a deal. I mean, to hold a haunted house for a year, they really...
I wonder how it's doing now.
The owner that bought it in 2014 still resides in the home, so no complaints that I know of from
those
him.
hidden things. When I first moved to Las Vegas, we lived over in the Las Vegas Country Club, and we had rented a house for a year. I was trying to figure out another reason I went into real estate, because I couldn't find anybody to really help me, and it was hard to say, do I want to go to Henderson or Northwest, whatever.
Help you pick an area.
It was I mean, it's kind of known for its like mafia history at the Las Vegas Country Club, and we had hidden passages. There was a hidden passage from the closet in my daughter's room all the way along the house to the master bedroom.
Oh my gosh.
And there were pictures that had safes behind them. There was an exit door out of everything on the back, and it went right out to the golf course. So
I want this property address. I am looking it up. I want to know who owned that house.
Yeah, it has some really cool features, but it's like, it was definitely ties to some kind of activity.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah. Lots of mob history in Las Vegas,
really
for sure. And So, Mia, if somebody were to call you today, if the owner of this home were to call and say, hey, I want you to list this house. Right now, today's value, I looked up the estimated value of what that home's worth today is about $1.7 million, approximately, without seeing the inside or anything, just looking, from the outside. That's its approximate value. So if they say, hey, I have this $1.7 million home. I want you to list it. What would you say?
We're going to say, well, my commission to list a haunted house is right around 4.5%. I might do it for 4%, but
this is, I
don't know. Would you have to disclose it?
In some of the listings, I looked back at all the listing history because I wanted to know if they disclosed that this is
because it's a word.
Yeah, but it's nicknamed the Hell House. It's the La Palazza Mansion. So I was like, was that mentioned in the listing that this is the La Palazza Mansion?
Sin City, the Hell House in Sin City, it kind of goes together.
And there's ghost hunters and people out there that would raise the value in their mind. So there's definitely...
There's a market for everybody.
There's a market for everybody.
There's a buyer for everything.
I'll tell you why I wouldn't want to list this home. Is because as a listing agent, especially when you're dealing with luxury, you have to go in, and this is a 4815 square foot home. Yeah. You have to go in the house before a showing and turn on all the lights, make sure the waterfall's running, do all the stuff to get the home prepared for the showing. Yeah. Which means that you're spending a good 30 minutes alone in that house every time someone wants to see it. It ain't happening.
Just put in agent remarks. Due to the hauntedness of the house, the listing agent will not be opening it up.
The listing agent will not open the doors. I will not go in that house alone, ever. Not happening. Yeah. So no, I couldn't do it.
That would be difficult.
I think I'd have to kindly decline.
Like the stigma on a house is real. Reputations matter.
Another interesting thing that we found when I was looking through all the details about the house. Not only this house had a pretty good or a pretty notable turnover, all the houses around it.
I was wondering, I wonder how that affects the houses around it or what the neighbors have to say about it.
Well, the houses around it, a lot of them just have a turnaround of a couple years. Like someone will live there a couple years and then sell it. And so no really long-term people staying there. So I'm wondering if the ghosts travel.
We need to go drive by there. Let's just drive by and see what it looks like.
Drive by, take some pictures, take a look. Yeah. It has been completely remodeled. It is not the original. So that happened with the sell in 2014 when they sold it for $812. It looks like they gutted the house and remodeled it. Apparently they sealed up some of those kill room drains.
And they probably got rid of the ghosts, so
yeah, maybe added some sage, brought an exorcist. I don't know.
Prayed over it.
Prayed over it. Yeah. So it is definitly interesting. But the thing that I thought was most interesting about this is I didn't intend on doing, going back to those two characters in the movie Casino. Yeah. When I was doing this neighborhood, I did not intend on talking about that again because we did a whole show about that. And it turned out that the co-star of that movie, the story about him, which is based on Tony the Ant Spilatro, happened to be the person that resided in this house that just popped up in this neighborhood that we were.
And I bet in Vegas, because that is our history, we're a pretty new city compared to other, older towns. So it makes sense that, because, some of them would be like Civil War, known for Civil War hauntings or things like that. It makes sense that in Vegas it would be
mob hauntings.
Yeah.
Mob hauntings.
It does, yeah.
The mobsters haunt the town.
You're going to have to change the segment to
just mob stories. I'm just kidding.
Vegas
historic
stories,
Vegas
stories.
is all mob stories. So we do in the future. We're going to be talking about some bomb shelters and things like that.
I can't wait.
So
I love it.
It's going to be
segment.
Yeah, a lot of fun stuff. So if you stay tuned, when we come back, we're going to tell you how to get in touch with us.
Hey Vegas! Celebrate every day in style at the Composer's Room. From live music to comedy shows, we've got entertainment that'll give you that Las Vegas vibe. Our tavern serves the best drinks in Vegas. Whether you're a cocktail connoisseur or a beer buff, our bartenders got you covered. And let's not forget about the food. Our culinary delights are sure to tantalize your taste buds. Come for the entertainment and stay for the food. Reserve your visit to the Composer's Room today and start celebrating Las Vegas our way.
Looking for a night out that's pure Vegas? Welcome to Jimmy Kimmel's Comedy Club, voted best comedy club in Las Vegas. Located at the Link Promenade, just steps from the High Roller, it's your ticket to big laughs from top comics, handpicked by Jimmy Kimmel himself. No two shows are alike. Every night's a headliner, and every seat's a great one. Get your laughs at the best. Jimmy Kimmel's Comedy Club. Only in Vegas. Only at the Link.
Hey Vegas! Celebrate every day in style at the Composer's Room. From live music to comedy shows, we've got entertainment that'll give you that Las Vegas vibe. Our tavern serves the best drinks in Vegas. Whether you're a cocktail connoisseur or a beer buff, our bartenders got you covered. And let's not forget about the food. Our culinary delights are sure to tantalize your taste buds. Come for the entertainment and stay for the food. Reserve your visit to the Composer's Room today and start celebrating Las Vegas our way.
We hope you enjoyed our show today, where we are talking about historic Vegas real estate and mob stories. And Mia, thank you so much for coming on the show today. Tell people how they can get in touch with you. And you're a luxury specialist here in the Valley.
Yes, yeah. So my phone number is 702-412-7225. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, so find me there.
Yeah, and Mia's with eXp Realty, dear friend of mine, and I always love having you back on the show.
No,
You're always
you. We used to share an office together. I miss those days. We didn't do much work in there. We just talked.
Yeah, we just talked. Very easy to get sidetracked there. So if you guys are trying to get a hold of me, my phone number is 702-308-2878. I am Trish Williams. If you are watching our show right now, please make sure you like, share, subscribe. Follow us on Hey Vegas TV Network. We have a show release every week. And if you want to send us listener questions, feedback from the show, anything there, you can do that at realtycheck.vegas. We have a Google form there you can fill out and send us information or questions that we can answer live on the show. And you can follow me on all socials through that website right there, realtycheck.vegas. So stay tuned, guys, and we will see you next week with another show.